Hey everyone, welcome back to K-Dramalicious, your one-stop for everything K-drama. Today, we're diving into a brand new psychological thriller on Netflix called Wall to Wall, or 84 Jegob Meteo in Korean. Now don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review, but we're going to unpack the atmosphere, acting, storyline, and of course, whether it's worth your time. Now, Wall to Wall was on my radar, and I saw Kang Ha-neul's face on the Netflix homepage as soon as I opened my Netflix. That alone was enough to pull me in. He's one of those actors whose screen presence just feels grounded and real. His past work has always carried a certain weight, so I was instantly curious. Initially, I assumed this was going to be a Korean drama series, maybe a few episodes releasing across the week, but once I clicked, I realized it was actually a standalone movie. And honestly, that felt even better. A psychological thriller packed into a single sitting, with Kang Ha-neul leading? That sounded promising. I went in with moderate expectations, but within the first half hour, I found myself glued to the screen. The movie wastes no time throwing you into Woo Sung's world, a young maintenance worker who's calm on the outside, but clearly unraveling from within. There's a quiet kind of paranoia that builds steadily, especially because most of the film takes place inside the suffocating walls of an old apartment building. The setting does a lot of heavy lifting, dim corridors, flickering lights, that eerie silence broken only by subtle background hums. It all adds to the claustrophobia, and Kang Ha-neul sells every beat of it. His performance is sharp, contained, and unsettling. There are scenes where he says almost nothing, and yet his expression alone carries the tension. The first half of Wall to Wall is genuinely gripping. The pacing is tight, the atmosphere dense, and the mystery intriguing. You find yourself leaning in, picking up on visual clues, wondering what's real and what's just in Woo Sung's mind. It keeps you guessing, and that's exactly what a psychological thriller should do. But somewhere around the halfway mark, things begin to shift, and not always in the best way. Without giving anything away, the film introduces new plot points and power dynamics that aim to elevate the narrative. The arrival of the apartment chairwoman, for instance, brings in a new layer of manipulation and societal commentary. But instead of escalating the tension, some of these developments feel rushed. The film suddenly jumps from psychological unease to something almost theatrical, and in doing so, it loses a bit of the realism it had built so carefully in the beginning. The stakes feel high, but the emotional buildup isn't always consistent. You want to care, but some turns just happen too fast. And that's where my main critique lies. The core premise is strong, the acting is excellent, and the setup is truly engaging, but the payoff doesn't land with the same force. The ending isn't bad, but it left me wanting something more, earned. It's as if the film had all the right ingredients, but it rushed through the final few steps of the recipe. There are brilliant moments, a few twists, a striking monologue, and even a symbolic scene involving the building itself, but they needed more room to breathe. That said, Wall to Wall is still worth watching, especially if you're into psychological thrillers that explore isolation, power, and the mental toll of silence. It's not a horror movie, but it knows how to unsettle. And Kang Ha-neul, once again, proves that he can carry an entire story even when the script wavers. His portrayal of Woo Sung is nuanced, raw, and probably the reason I stuck through to the end. Would I recommend it? Yes, especially if you're in the mood for something short, tense, and thematically heavy. Just go in knowing that while the beginning grips you, the second half may not land quite as sharply. Let me know what you thought of the movie if you've seen it. Did the ending work for you? Or did it leave you hanging like it did for me? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more grounded K-content reviews like this one.